Okay, hi everyone, welcome back, and in this video we are going to check out XDC's price chart. And let's first start by checking out the long-term scenario, and I'm going to tell you why am I so optimistic in XDC. I'm thinking in terms of Elliott's waves, there's a very high chance that this is an impulsive structure on the upside, and followed by that most likely we are having a correction, and odds are on a higher degree. This is 1, this is 2, and after our wave 2 is over, and I'm hoping that soon it's going to be over, we're going to get a big move up into wave 3, 4, 5, which on a higher degree even, this red 5 up is actually going to be into a wave 3 and then corrective movement for another move up into wave 5. And in my opinion, all of these moves can actually happen in this cycle. So this is why I am so optimistic in XDC in the mid to long term. Now, let's go on some lower time frames, and maybe it's best to go on crypto.com's charts, maybe on 15-minute time frames. So here's the deal. If you remember in the previous video, we were right in here, and the idea was that because finding an impulsive structure in this phase is a bit of a challenge, maybe a corrective movement in XDC started from this point and the end of it can be in here. And I made my case for having an A, B, C expanded flat, and I said maybe this is 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 into wave 3, correction for 4, and we can have another move up into wave 5. But just because in this phase we are having an impulse up, we shouldn't really be excited. More likely than not, after this is over, we may see another move down in order to take this low. And as you can see, we did actually get our move on the downside. Now, can we identify in here some optimistic signs? Maybe. You see, let's zoom in more. Okay. I think we can all agree on the fact that this structure down is actually a 1, 2, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 down into wave 3, correction for 4, another move down into wave 5, which may indicate that in XDC in this area we have hit some sort of a bottom. Also, if you want to argue, we're going to have a bottom around this area. Maybe this is like a very important support. Okay, you need to be able to find off of the lowest low in this region a 5-wave impulsive structure up. And in terms of the sub waves, you probably know what I'm about to say. 5 up into wave 1, 3, and 5. Let's change the colors to white. Okay, another 5 into wave 3, and this is our final 5-wave into wave 5. And for wave 2 and 4, we can have many different counts. Doesn't really matter. Let's say ABC into 4 and a WXY into wave 2. Now let's go on the live chart and see what is happening. So maybe it's best to go actually on 5-minute chart so we can see the structures a bit better. Okay, I think we can say this is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave up into 1, correction for wave 2, another impulse up probably to about this point, or maybe here, not really important, into wave 3, correction for 4, and this is another move up into wave 5. So there is an argument to be made for XDC to maybe have hit some sort of a low in this area. Followed by that, if we are optimistic, we need to have a correction structure after this impulse. So I'm gonna say in XDC, if you want to be bullish, you can argue maybe this is an A, B, C zigzag, and for our C leg, maybe this is 1, 2, 3. You need to see a corrective movement for wave 4 and one more move down into wave 5. And this is a key, pay attention. After this final move down, you need to see a very strong bounce back in order to take the height of our B leg. If we see something like this happening, okay, great sign. Our move up from here at that point, we can say it's going to continue for quite some time. What you do not want to see in XDC is this. Maybe a move down and then a correction structure which is going to be on the same degree as this move, and then one more move down, because that is going to indicate maybe instead of a correction we are having a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, suggesting our move down is actually going to continue. Now here is my problem with XDC's chart at the moment. Let's go back on this chart from Bitfinex. Let's go on H4 time frame. Okay, you see, I believe in XDC downsides are kind of limited, but that doesn't mean right in here it's going to be our final low. You see, in terms of classic technical analysis, meaning supports and resistances, yes, This is an unbelievably important cluster of support areas from weekly and daily time frame at the same time between 5 to about, let's say, the 6 cents area. And I do think there's a good chance that we are going to hold this support. However, this is the key. When this move up happened, this was actually a bit too fast, and as a result of it, in weekly time frame, we created a very clear gap, which is around the lower band of this support, about, let's say, between 4.8 to about 5 cents. Now, I believe gaps 95+% of the time are going to get filled, and since from this high we came all the way back down to this level, makes sense for me to argue maybe this move down is going to continue, possibly for another, I would say, 20% in order to reach to about the lower band of this region. And then I'm hoping that our move down is going to be over and we get a very strong bounce back. But for now, this is a problem in XDC. I believe this move down may not be necessarily over yet. And I promise you in here, I'm going to be very, very careful not jumping into any unnecessary bullish conclusions. So the problem is this move down is going to continue a bit more. The optimistic sign and the good sign is that if we are going to continue this move, downsides are actually kind of limited. And I hope I explained everything well and you understood what is going on in XDC's price chart. And until the next update, I hope you have a wonderful time. Goodbye.